I'm Diane. You're watching the Just Kidding Around show. Thank you so much for joining us. This week we have a very special guest. His name is Nature Boy, and he has brought some very special animals. In fact, we opened on one of them, and if you have our permission to hit the record button, tape the show, and we're going to start with introductions. Hi.
Hi, how are you, Diane?
Yeah, welcome back. We had so many comments about your first show. We asked you back to do a second one.
It was a lot of fun.
Yes, thank you. During the first show you did with us, we had a 25-pound boa constrictor, and also a huge
the green
lizard, iguana.
Darwin,
yes.
remember? Yeah.
Darwin, yes. And who did you bring with you this time?
Well, we barely got to touch up on these guys last time, so I brought these guys to start with. These guys are some of my personal favorite animals in the entire world. These are a couple of chameleons.
A couple? Oh, I see. There's one. May I hold one of them? I didn't even see the other one.
Absolutely.
Is he gonna run off?
Oh no, he'll be good. This is a veiled chameleon.
He doesn't bite.
Oh no.
He's a different color than he was last time when you were here.
Chameleons are almost completely defenseless, which is why they're also another very good one. They're a very slow-moving animal. They're one of the only animals in the world that one eye is doing completely different than the other eye is doing, so they can actually look forwards and backwards at the same time.
Ah, I noticed that on the opening credits. They were on this one. Is that right?
Yeah.
And his eyes, can they do a 360, or what are they doing there?
Pretty close. They do about a 180 on each side.
180 on each side. And do they non-stop move these eyes?
Yeah. Yep, and that's why they're so slow-moving. Their brains have to comprehend completely two different visions. They are also very unique in the fact that they change colors, which is what they're very famous for. And they also have other unique adaptations, like they can shoot their tongues out 12 to 14 inches to catch their prey.
So they could get something. He could get something on my shoulder pretty much right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully I'm not wearing any of his prey.
Yeah.
Wow, he doesn't seem fearful at all.
Yeah, they make fairly good pets, but they are slightly difficult to care for. They take some pretty special setups. You need to get the right lighting, and you need to get some
heat
good
lamps
airflow.
and things like that.
Yeah, they're pretty delicate, but they're more of a looking pet than they are a holding pet. They don't like to be.
I would be afraid to have a pet like this with a very young child.
Yeah.
Because I'd be afraid the child would move quickly and the lizard wouldn't be out of the way.
Yeah, they've got very delicate feet too, as you can see. Probably thousands of years ago, their feet had 5 fingers, just like any other lizard. But because these are a completely arboreal species, which means they spend their entire life in trees, just through evolution, their fingers have fused together.
Oh, how unusual, although you can see where the fingers were.
Yep.
They look sort of like a hand, but sort of like a tail. Interesting. Huh.
Yeah, so that's the veiled chameleon. This is a Jackson's chameleon.
And they spend their whole lives in trees? And are they from the Amazon?
All over. That one is actually from Madagascar. These guys are found.
Madagascar.
Yeah, these guys are found in Hawaii as well as South America.
Huh. Now he has horns, doesn't he?
Yes.
Ooh, did the camera get a close-up of him?
Yeah, he's got 3 horns.
He looks like Triceratops.
Yeah, they're very prehistoric looking.
And what is he called?
A Jackson's chameleon.
Are these very unusual?
Not really. I mean, they're unusual in the fact that not everybody gets to own one and not everybody gets to see them all the time.
I was going to say, I've never seen one in the city of Olympia before.
Yeah.
A Jackson.
Yeah.
I like you, but you're not as green as you were last time.
Yeah, he's about ready to shed, so he'll be showing some pretty
colors.
colors.
Oh, and that's what happens when they shed, then they're more vibrant.
You can see on his back feet, his skin's already starting to peel off there. So
okay.
That's how they grow.
And then what do you do when they shed? Just let them take care of it? Nature takes care of it?
Yeah, we give them some extra misting and keep them well fed. Yep, keep their calcium up, and they shed their skin and keep on growing.
How do you keep their calcium up?
You dust their crickets.
Oh, well, of course.
Put their crickets in.
Dust the crickets. So that's what they eat primarily?
Yeah, crickets are their easiest prey item to get in the pet hobby. But they will eat pretty much anything you could find around the house. You just have to be careful with different spiders and stuff, so as not to spread any types of poisons that they're not tolerant to.
Oh, is that right? So they could take care of spiders for you.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, what a gentle thing.
Yep.
Years and years and years ago, my older sister, somehow she owned, this is a sad story, this isn't a happy story, but they used to sell smaller chameleons than these, and they were harnessed to little ribbons.
Yeah, they used to do that at the Puyallup Fairgrounds.
Yes.
Yep.
My sister got one of those,
It
and
is a horrible story.
you know, well, I think that's so cruel.
Yeah, they'd pin
but
them
as
to
a
their
kid,
shirts.
yes,
Yeah.
but as a kid, I thought it'd be cool to own one. My sister had one, and it got loose. I remember she cried, and finally we found it in a lampshade.
Oh, no.
It died. But isn't that a horrible thing to do to a chameleon?
Yeah, especially these guys. They're extremely delicate. Their hands are very, very delicate, and their legs are delicate, and so pinning them to anything would be completely inhumane as far as I'm concerned.
Oh. Well, they didn't pin their hands. I don't know how they
well,
did.
they put the harnesses around their neck and just made them so they couldn't go anywhere. And
I think that's horrible.
yeah, chameleons are, because they're an arboreal species, they hang out in the trees all the time. They don't feel safe unless they are higher than pretty much everything, and so they usually go for the highest point.
Well, this guy was sound asleep. Now I
Yeah.
disrupted him. Now he's not feeling very happy, but my arm's kind of got a little bit of crick. So
Yeah.
can I just move him?
Yeah, absolutely.
From the back or from the front?
You can just kind of push your hand up on the front there, and he'll just step up.
Well, you say he's so defenseless, but actually, I thought that they were really good at camouflage. So in trees, what are their enemies?
Actually, that's kind of a common misconception. Chameleons don't change color to actually camouflage. They wouldn't change color black to blend in with your shirt and blue to blend in with the table. Most of the time when a chameleon changes color, it has to do with mood rather than that.
Uh-oh, he's going to be in a bad mood pretty soon here. Okay. Okay, there he goes. Now he's happy. I gave him some exercise.
Yeah.
My arm was just getting kind of...
Yeah.
There you go. I'm sorry about that.
And
So they don't change to blend into the trees?
Not necessarily. They have their natural colors so that they do blend in with their natural surroundings, but the reason for their color changing is just basically their attitude at the time.
So they get attitude.
Yeah.
Now, is this a little boy or a little girl?
That's a boy, and the way that you tell with chameleons is on the back foot. If you look on his back foot, he's got a little spur, and the males have a little spur, and the females do not.
Okay, all right.
So,
Hi, Guy. Does he have a name?
not yet.
So where would he be in Madagascar, and what type of tree?
Pretty much any tree.
Just any old tree will do, huh?
Yeah, they're very, very common in Madagascar. They're almost like crows down there.
Like, oh, really?
Yeah, they're everywhere, and there's hundreds of different species in Madagascar. It's one of my.
So if a person did buy it, you said it would be cruel to harness it like they did at the Puyallup Fair,
absolutely.
but could I wear it on my shoulder?
Yeah, I mean, and some are more handleable than others. The Veileds are actually very good at being handled. The Jacksons are a little bit more of a temperamental species, so you don't want to handle them too much.
What's the purpose of him having those horns? Is that self-defense?
It's the males carry the big horns, and it's mainly for their breeding purposes.
To show off.
Yep, exactly, just to be the biggest, toughest stud.
He is one of the most prehistoric animals I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And this guy's one of the most lovable. He is so precious.
Yeah.
He's so darling. So are they friends or not?
No, they don't usually hang out together. But I'll put this one on your hand and grab one of the other critters that we brought.
So
with
do
us.
they don't stay in the same cage?
No,
Ooh.
they both have completely different cages. And
Now, is he going to hang on? Because this
yeah.
guy is wrapped around with his tail.
Yeah.
So I feel like, but this guy isn't as secure.
he'll be good if
His
he
tail isn't
starts
as
to walk
long.
around. He can walk around on the table.
Well, he's colder. For some reason, why does he feel so much colder?
They're all cold-blooded.
Yeah, but this guy's, maybe you got him warmed up.
Yeah, see, he's kind of swelling up at the other guy.
Ooh, am I going to have a little warfare here?
Yeah, you probably want to keep them a
Seriously?
little ways apart. Yeah.
Ah.
They're both males, so anytime that they see another chameleon or anything, they get that instinct going on.
Oh,
So he's
look at
starting
that.
to do his color changing, and
Oh my goodness. Could I get bit in the middle?
no.
Okay, then I'll get him. Won't worry. That what do you call the that thing under his neck?
It's basically just a extra flap of skin, and he uses that to store water and whatnot, but he also uses it to do exactly what you're saying, to make
Yeah.
him look twice as big as he actually is.
Well,
just
you're-
like Darwin did with his
Darwin.
with his
What's that
dewlap.
called? A dewlap?
A
Or what's
dewlap,
that? Yeah.
It's
'cause-
different with these guys. It's not actually a separate flap of skin, but these guys do it for the same purpose, just to look bigger and tougher and more impressive.
He seems more annoyed with the other
Yeah.
chameleon than he is
Yeah.
with me. He's fine with me, but
Yeah.
he don't like this guy too much. I
No.
guess they don't hang out.
No.
It's fascinating to see them walk, to see them move their feet, especially on
Yeah.
the Jackson, did you call this one?
And as they walk through trees, they
Weird.
also do a kind of a swaying motion to kind of act like a leaf that would be swaying in the wind.
The most unusual hands. Oh, really? I mean, feet. They can sort of open and close like a hand, but not. But like a fin, too. This guy has a grumpier look on his face.
Yeah.
He just looks like Mr. Grump. Oh, there's someone, our camera guys. Great shot. Wow.
And now
Yeah.
chameleons are also, that's a good camera shot right there, because you can see that chameleons are also one of the only creatures that move completely different eyesights. And
Yeah,
so they're,
look at that
like
eye,
I was
there it
saying,
goes.
their brains have to comprehend
Weird.
completely two different pictures.
And look at how well do they have a cornea, do you know?
Oh yes. Yeah,
So-
they've got extremely good eyesight.
So is the eyeball just the very end, or is that
It's actually,
skin
no, their
covering the cornea?
entire pouch right there is full of the eyeball, but it's just the one little spot that they see out of.
Interesting.
And when they go for food sources or whatever, they lock in, kind of like a honing in target, and they get both eyes forward and they zap it with their tongue.
Huh. I wonder, they're not from sandy places, though, are they?
They're actually, chameleons are found on almost every continent except for the snowy continents, Antarctica and the other ones, but they're found in deserts, they're found in rainforests, they're found all over the world.
So they just sort of adapt.
Yep. Yeah, they're
Beautiful
extremely
animals.
good at adapting.
Beautiful. I favor this one. I don't know why, but both of them are beautiful. Yeah. So did you bring something else? Did you
I
happen
did.
to bring some food for them to eat so we could watch them eat?
I didn't. They actually got fed quite a bit, and I was trying to
Okay.
entice them to eat earlier. And
Surprised they're not sleeping then.
Yeah,
This
well.
one's tail's all curled up, but
That's-
the
it's
other
a
one
balancing.
uses his tail to hang on to me.
yeah, they use it. They
There
have
it
a
is.
prehensile
See?
tail
Ah.
that they use to balance. And
Now
they,
he's walking away. Well, I spoiled the moment. Ooh. I spoiled the moment. I wish you could have seen his tail. What's he doing?
We'll put him up over here. He gets a little bit nervous.
Is he nervous? I'm sorry. I tried to move him so he could be in the camera shot.
That's where he feels a lot more comfortable.
He'll stick, right?
Oh yes.
Okay, we don't want splat
So
on the floor.
I also brought a few different species of.
Wait, can I interrupt you for a second?
yes,
Look
you
how
can.
his dewlap.
His isn't
Look.
called a dewlap. It's just kind of the extra pouch that he
Oh,
has
okay.
under. But yeah, he
But
still
look,
has
as
it
soon as
swollen up.
Jackson was put away, they're
Yeah.
amazing how
Yeah.
all of a sudden he's back to normal.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we brought a few different species of tortoises and turtles.
Oh. You know what? I love this guy, but can I put him down? I want to hold a turtle.
Absolutely. Actually, just put your hand up right next to that branch. Just even get near it, and he'll just kind of reach up and grab
Sure
right a
about
hold of
that?
that, and that's where he wants to go.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
Trust me, it never fails with those guys. They'd always rather be way up in the trees than,
Even though the tree's fake.
yeah. Just kind of give his tail a little tap.
He's not doing it.
Just pinch his tail a little bit.
Pinch his tail. Oh,
There
now
he
he's
goes.
moving. Yeah, that sped him up.
There he goes.
Okay. He's a sweetheart, though.
All right.
Oh. Oh, I've got to hold this guy.
Okay.
Oh
I saw
my
that you had taken a
gosh.
liking to him.
I love him.
Yeah. So
I
that
love turtles. Oh, now what's the difference
That's a
between
tortoise.
a tortoise and a turtle?
the only main difference is tortoises hang out on land and turtles are a water species.
Okay, that's kind of what I
You can also tell the difference in the shape. Tortoises have a great big dome-shaped shell, and turtles have a very flat shell for swimming through water.
Oh, I love this guy. He's like a little sandwich.
Yeah, turtles
He's
also
just like
have
a little sandwich.
webbed feet. If you can see, he's got webbing on his feet, so he
Oh,
can
wait,
swim through the
I'm
water.
still, okay, I'll be with him, but
Okay.
I want to talk about this one. May I talk about
Absolutely.
this one? Okay, why is his color lighter than the others?
Just different species, and he's also from the desert, and so that would be for him blending in with the sand. This is a forest species of tortoise. This is a redfoot tortoise. Like I was saying, that's an African spurred tortoise. That guy's actually...
This one's from Africa?
Yep, and he's actually about the third largest tortoise in the world. They'll get to
That's
be about...
the third largest tortoise in the world?
Yeah, he's only a couple
Pretty
months
little.
old. Yeah, he's only a couple
just a
months old, but
baby.
he'll reach about 150 years old and
He
get to
will
be...
be 150.
Oh yeah, and get to be about
Doubt that I
125
will
pounds.
be. Wow, so anybody that ends up owning him would
It's
have
a
to put him in the
lifelong
will.
pet. Yeah, absolutely. It's a lifelong pet.
What
with
a
those guys.
sweetheart. He
Yeah.
is, and he's not afraid at all.
No, no.
I was holding him before the show, and you just look right at him.
Oh yeah.
He has no fear.
Yeah, yeah. Tortoises make great pets. Turtles are a little bit more independent. Tortoises, you can even call them a little bit more social than normal.
Tortoises are a little more social.
Yeah.
I used to have a friend. I used to actually have a friend.
Nice.
But I used to know a couple, a married couple, and I think for 5 years they owned, actually, it was a box turtle, but it wasn't a tortoise.
And box turtles are actually a very terrestrial type of turtle. You know, they spend a lot of time on
Is he
land
gonna
as
hurt
well.
this guy?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. They don't mind each other.
Is he going to walk off the end of the table?
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, this friend that I once had, they owned this pet for years, and this turtle, it was so hysterical. It would walk around the house, and they had like a turtle box or a potty box for him.
Yep.
And it was such a nice pet. Are you
Oh,
sure?
yeah.
What's he?
He's just curious.
Okay.
That's the thing is this one actually lives at my house and he just walks around the house.
Oh, okay.
They make amazing pets as far as very clean. You know, they're not like turtles. Turtles are the ones with the bad rap. They're the ones that need to spend most of their time in water. And whenever you get a reptile that creates its own feces in water, that's when you have to deal with the salmonella and whatnot. And so that's how the turtles have gotten such a bad rap with being pets like that.
That guy is heavy.
Yeah.
Whoa. You know what, though? I own a turtle. I've owned him since 1987.
I know your
That's
turtle
how I
very
met
well.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What am I telling you for? But you know, my turtle's always been hand-fed because I was convinced for years that he was blind.
Yeah.
And and the school custodian said, he's not blind, you know. But what's happened now is the turtle, he won't eat unless I hand feed him.
Yeah.
So if you walk by his container, he loves people,
Oh, yeah.
all people, you know, run around with his mouth open because
Yep.
he, you know, is so used to being hand-fed.
Yeah, it's like pretty much any pet. They just create a feeding response. You know, they don't get that in the wild. They have to feed for their own. But when there's
yeah.
somebody in there that actually walks up and they get used to that constant feeding like that, it's just a feeding response. It's just like fish. It doesn't necessarily mean
That's
they're
true.
hungry all the time. It just means that they...
I have fish like that too.
Yeah.
They know when you walk by. Yeah, that's true. So now, how old is this tortoise?
This guy's probably about 15 to 20 years old.
Okay, and he's going to get larger?
Yeah, he'll get to be about twice that big. Redfoot tortoises aren't a giant species, but they are one of the larger species, and they make wonderful pets because they're not quite as a commitment. You know, they live to be about 50 years old as opposed to the over 100.
Oh, but what a sad day that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and what do you feed him? Just vegetables or?
Yeah, I mean, turtles do wonderful on fruits and vegetables. That's their main source of diet. They really...
Do you know, all I've ever fed mine are turtle sticks. Is it too late to start giving him something different?
No, actually, you know, a lot of the specific pet foods that they sell in the hobby are formulated with a few different types of nutrients.
Okay.
So it actually works fairly well for them.
Okay.
So I brought one more critter with us. This is...
Are you pretty protective over these? Because, you know,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
let anybody hold mine. I'm so afraid somebody will drop them and crack them.
No, I'm protective of them.
I don't want him walking off the table. Would he do that?
No, actually, they're very aware of
Really?
walking up to things. Yeah, I mean, tortoises and turtles
Okay.
know that if they take a fall, it can do some pretty good damage. So.
Oh, so they know. Because may I keep talking about him? I have a
Absolutely.
few more questions before we get to that other animal.
No problem.
But this is actually his back, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So what happens if their shell breaks?
It can do permanent damage.
Yeah.
I mean, you can take them to a vet, and vets actually have found ways
Glue 'em?
to use the same type of material that they use on boating to fix their shells.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, just like some ceramics and different types of stuff to fix their shells. But yeah, it's not good. They can actually get something called shell shock, where they will, where it can kill them. So you have to be very careful of dropping
That's why I don't want
turtles and
anybody
tortoises.
touching mine.
Yeah.
But I don't worry about salmonella at all. In fact, I don't mean to drink my turtle's water, but to clean his tank, I siphon it and I get it in my mouth all the time. And
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that's why I'm so weird.
I think there's got to be
Maybe I
some
got
type of
salmonella.
immunities that get built up. So.
Yeah, maybe that's it. This guy's so heavy. So, okay, but can we talk about these other two a little more before we get to the spider? I think I'm afraid of the spider a little bit.
Oh, no problem.
Maybe I'm putting it off. I want to talk about the little guy here.
Yeah, this is a little redfoot. He'll be fine. Or this is a little red-eared slider.
So how big's he going to get?
They'll get to be.
You sure he's not going to walk off the table?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
he knows what he's doing.
All right. I have a guinea pig that's not too smart, and she'd walk right off the end.
That's a little red-eared slider,
okay.
and they're just a very, very common type of turtle. Very, very common in the pet hobby, and they
Now,
can
are these the ones that got the bad reputation for salmonella?
all turtles, just
All
pretty
of
much
them?
all turtles. I mean, it's just any type of turtle that is with water, and it's mainly the owner's fault. If you don't keep a turtle in water that's very filtered and keep it very clean, then it can get infected with the salmonella virus.
So it'd be like having a house with a filthy cat box
Yep.
or something like that,
Yep.
or, a
Yep.
dog with, So it's hygiene with any animal.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's so tiny. Gosh, and this is the red slider, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he can't be very old.
Nope, he's probably about 2.5 months old.
All right. This is still my favorite, though. I hope the cameras have gotten him. He is hysterical.
Yeah, and this is Rosie, just so we don't leave her out. She's feeling a
Oh,
little
I'm
neglected.
putting off Rosie.
This is
I'm a turtle
Rosie.
fan.
Yeah,
I don't know
I know.
how I feel about your pet right now.
She's a
All right.
rose-haired tarantula.
Okay.
They make wonderful pets. Rose-haired tarantulas are probably one of the most docile of any of the tarantula species. She's one of the only ones that I would ever work with the children and whatnot.
Oh, so you bring? What do you mean the children? Do you bring her places with you? Where?
Yeah, she goes with me. Actually, a lot of places that I go. She's been the blame of breaking a lot of people's fear of spiders.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, I mean.
Now you bring your animals to the Children's Museum, don't you?
Yep, I was just there today doing a presentation, and there was 7 ladies there that swore that they would never hold or touch a spider, and they were all cuddling with Rosie by the end of the day.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was really
well,
cool.
Maybe I'll have to do it.
Yeah.
But I am a turtle fan, so these guys are okay too.
Yes.
So you
Well,
promise me.
him you got to watch out for. He's
Yeah.
still a little bit young. So.
I can't have my buddy over there.
Yeah.
All right. I've heard we only have 2 minutes. So
Okay, well then let's do
here
this
I'm
just for
finally
the
gonna
last
do
2
it.
minutes.
Oh gosh. You know what? It's not that I hate spiders. It's just that this one's so ugly.
She didn't mean it, Rosie. It's okay.
Oh, Rosie. So would I know if I'd been bitten by her? I'm scared to
Oh,
death.
yes.
Will she know
You
that
would-
I'm afraid of her?
You would know in a heartbeat. I'm sure they can sense some type of fear.
So I'll deep breathe.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, she's been held by a lot of people that were
actually
sweating profusely
Oh.
when they were holding her, and she did very well. So
Because I actually let spiders live in my house.
yeah,
I don't have a lot of pesticides, and if I see a little spider, I don't care.
yeah.
But I wouldn't let something like this live in my house.
Yeah, no, her only defense is really her fangs, but they also
Oh, she has fangs.
As long as you don't blow on them, they have a
I won't.
They have a kind of an instinct that when predators come up to them in the wild and go down to sniff them to see what they are, they'll actually take their 2 back feet right here and scrape their abdomen and send a little bit of hairs into the air, and the hairs get into the predator's eyes, and it detours them.
Now, she's not afraid of these animals, right?
No.
My arm's starting to sting. I swear it is.
It's actually, do you see the little hooks on her hand?
She's hanging on.
Yeah, she's got little hooks.
Okay.
And those hooks are actually what you'd find on most insects, but because the tarantulas are so big, you get kind of a magnified view of them. So
Oh,
it's the same thing that flies have, same thing that a lot of the insects have.
okay.
So.
Wow. And 8 legs, unlike an insect with 6. May I ask you a few more things about these turtles?
Yeah.
As we're talking about Rosie, the tarantula, these turtles are just like walking like heck all over the table. And I want to know where turtles got this reputation for being so slow, because turtles can move really fast.
Yeah.
Especially that little That little one.
Yeah.
The two tortoises are slower, but that
No,
little
turtles are very active.
That little green
tortoises
spike.
are
Yeah.
they're very slow. I mean, this one that's about full speed.
So
you know.
turtles are faster than
Oh yes,
tortoises.
much. Yep.
Okay.
Turtles also have much more predators to worry about in the wild. They have to worry about alligators. They have to worry about a lot more predators than the tortoises do.
And the tortoises don't have that many
Yeah,
enemies.
they just kind of live a very, very lazy life. So.
Oh. What if can you have a dog or cat and have a tortoise
Absolutely.
walk around the house?
Yeah, my pug used to be best friends with that
Here
tortoise.
they go.
They're checking each other out.
Oh, I guess he is. You are so cute. But this one's going to get to be much larger than this one.
Yes, much.
Something inside me really wants to own him.
Yeah.
I think we have to wrap it up.
All right,
There's so much more we could say.
Hey, we did good again.
Yeah.
These guys-
Thank you. Will you come back sometime?
Absolutely, I'd love to. I have a blast
Okay.
every time.
And you have your animals at the Children's Museum. Now, are you down there all the time if somebody wanted to see these
I'm
animals?
I'm doing a lot of the summer programs. They're doing wildlife summer
Okay,
programs.
so summer programs. And also on the ending credits, you'll see Casey's.
Yeah, my phone number.
Phone number.
And we'll be doing a few shows for
701.
Lacey Parks and Recreation
Yeah.
and all sorts of stuff. So
Okay, great. And your phone number, I should know it, is
701
701.
8750.
I don't know what my problem is
So-
with that.
We do birthdays, we do nature walks, we do all sorts of good stuff. So.
So thank you so much for coming. We're going to wrap
Absolutely.
this up. Thanks
Thank
to
you.
a fabulous crew. And you can probably have Rosie back.
All right.
Bye. Bye, Mr. Feeney.